Hi, my name is McKenna Seifus, and I'm going to be demonstrating how to make a Hershey SKOR cake. Here's my audience. Hershey's candy has been a household name since it was founded in 1894, and I'm sure you all have tried their famous Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, York Peppermint Patties, and Kit Kats. However, my favorite treat is the Hershey SKOR Bar. The Hershey SKOR Bar was first marketed in 1981, and it is a butter toffee covered in chocolate. The only way that this treat could be any better is if it were put on a cake. My mom showed me the recipe for the Hershey SKOR cake several years ago, and I have been making it ever since. Hershey SKOR cake is a chocolate cake which is filled with caramel, topped with whipped cream and SKOR candy bits. I'm going to demonstrate how to make this Hershey SKOR cake, and I'm going to show you how to prepare it, how to assemble it, and how to enjoy the cake. So let's start by getting all of the necessary materials that we'll need to make this delicious treat. To prepare a Hershey SKOR cake, you'll just need a few tools and ingredients to pull off this dessert. You'll first need a German chocolate cake mix. You'll need 1 jar or bottle of caramel syrup. You'll need 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, 3 Hershey's SKOR bars, and a tub of whipped cream. You also need 3 eggs, about a half a cup of vegetable oil, and 1 1/4 cups of water. The last 3 ingredients may vary depending on the cake mix that you get. You'll also need a 9x13 glass baking pan, 1 or 2 rubber spatulas, and 1 wooden spoon, as well as a hand mixer or a whisk. So, now that we have all the necessary ingredients we need to make our cake, we are going to assemble our dessert. So, if you guys are anything like me, you may be a little bit intimidated by baking. Luckily, this Hershey SKOR cake is a breeze to make. So let's start by preheating the oven to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, we're going to go ahead and prepare our cake mix by the directions on the box. So I went ahead and did this beforehand. It will look a little bit like this. Before we can put our cake batter in the pan, we're going to go ahead and prep our pan. We need to grease it with either oil or butter. And we're also going to need a little bit of flour just to dust over it so that the cake doesn't stick. You can go ahead and dump out any excess flour. Now that our pan is all ready to bake, we're going to pour our batter in there. Now we are going to bake this cake for about 35 to 38 minutes until the toothpick comes out clean. So while we're waiting for our cake to bake, we still have a few ingredients that we need to prepare. We've still got our 3 SKOR bars, and we've still got our sweetened condensed milk, our caramel topping, as well as our whipped cream. So first off, we're going to start by chopping or crushing our SKOR candy bars, and I've done that beforehand just to save on time. We're going to put those aside for now, and we're going to just make sure that our whipped cream and our caramel is room temperature. That'll help with the application to the cake. So once our cake is done baking, we're going to immediately take this wooden spoon, and using the end, we'll poke holes in the cake about 1 inch apart. We're going to then put our caramel syrup as well as the sweetened condensed milk in each hole of the cake until it's completely full. We're going to then refrigerate our cake for about 1 hour so that it has a chance to completely cool before we add anything else. And I've done these last few steps ahead of time, and this is what your cake will look like. So now that we've got our cake done, we're going to apply the whipped cream and SKOR bits before we serve it. Now we're going to add just the last bit of our SKOR bits. Hershey's has made a plethora of tasty treats over the last century. While I enjoy all of their creations, my favorite will always be the easy and delicious Hershey's SKOR cake. Now that you know all the materials you need to make, assemble, and enjoy the Hershey's SKOR cake, you can make it for any occasion which everyone will love. Enjoy!